Alright, so brief overview. This converts your mouse movements into properties and then pipes them to an actor. The actor then decides how to operate on those. This does the same thing with keyboard presses, except for it forms two lists, actions and movements, and then sends those to the actor. And what this does is allows you to retarget another actor and swap to them. So that could be another actor, or it could be a vehicle or anything, and then you could swap back. So you get out of the vehicle and switch to the actor you were controlling. When the actor is in a vehicle, you could parent him to a seat or whatever. So there's that. And then this is a compound assembly entity. So you'll notice their physics are a little bit different than every other game. They have a full body collision shape. And they walk and have physics and go up and down stairs and all that good stuff. And the way they do that is they're a compound rigid body assembly. And what happens is every frame when the armature moves, the bone tags move with the armature bones. Like this. And then the child shapes are moved to match the position of the bone. So that's how I update the physics is this gets remove parent, moved into position, and reparented to the core every single frame. And that's how you get the accurate child shapes. I do something similar with the player. So the player has collision. Like if you notice his gun can collide with this robot's face. And I won't clip into walls. And when I duck, my physics shape actually changes. Alright, so there's the player, and I guess we'll do inventory real quick. So I can take an item that's in my hand, it's a mine gun, and I can put it in my inventory, and it pickles the item and converts it to data. And then when you draw the weapon out, it adds the item back to the scene from a hidden layer and then puts all the properties in it. So that means any modifications to the item will be saved. Okay, so it uses one script for all the normal type weapons, and then a different script for the charge type weapons. And there's that. Now compound assembly in game, you can stick parts to things. That's compound assembly, and the physics shape is accurate. And I had some trouble with this in the past, but I figured out a workaround for it. I'm not going to go into that right now. I have a whole video for that. But I can take his head off, stick it to his chest, stick it to where his arm is, and it works wherever it is. And when I go to stick it on, it gets the localized hit point and checks it against the table of jacks. Here's the table of jacks. So this is what's in the jack. It starts off as empty. The localized position of the jack to the actor, and what types of items will bind into it. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jacks. Or wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So these are lifting bodies. I can parent this to this guy. And now it's applying force, but it's not enough to lift it. Okay. So now it's applying enough force to lift it. So that's a compound assembly. And then I can put this in my inventory, bring it back out, drop it back on the ground. So the inventory works for all the items in the scene, and the properties are persistent. So if I turn the light on, put it in my inventory, bring it back out, it's got the light still on. And if I turn it off and put it in my inventory, bring it back out, it's still off because all the properties are pickled and saved and then added to the new thing. Here's me interacting with the environment. Here's a switch. Turn the physics off. So I can point at this switch and click again, and we'll turn it off, back on. This is the highlight system that makes parts glow that you're facing, so you can see what you're picking. Alright, so alright. I can grab this guy's navigation target and send it somewhere, and he'll walk there. I can add another actor. I can pin his target onto the other actor and tell the other actor where to go, and this actor will follow the other actor wherever he goes now. So you can make hierarchies of command that way. If this guy sees a hostile, he'll shoot him. This thing's marked hostile by its team. I don't think he's going to see it though at that angle. He's looking above it right now, so his vision cone doesn't accurately match that shape. So he'll see it now and shoot it. He uses raycast for his vision, and he raycasts randomly inside of a cone, but it's not quite as big as that cone that it's showing. It's actually a little bit smaller. We'll turn that on real quick. And the way that the components run, so this runs all the components, and it's kind of a big run-on sentence. I could actually probably break it up into a sub-list for each type of component, and it'd use less resources because it doesn't have to iterate through all of them for every part. But for now, I'm not getting that much logic usage for what I'm doing. There's the code that aims the guns and decides to shoot or not. Here's the code for the lifter and how it floats and all that. Here's the code for the head. All right. Okay. So I'm going to turn on the draw line. Now you should be able to see the actor's vision cones. Or not. I'm probably throwing an error now. Yeah, I messed up right there. There we go. So there's his vision. There's that blue line. If that blue line intersects with me, he sees me. That's how their vision cones work. So if he spots the guy, he pins his own nav target to it. If he's got a valid target, he'll shoot at it. And that's most of the game, and it's getting pretty late, so